I've just had a big gym workout. I'm seriously not in a mood to do this, but this is for the viewers. So, Strongboy 13 is in action. Shouldn't really be doing that. Hey guys, Strongboy 13. This is the all-important video, and it could probably be, if I may be predicting it right, could be the most important video of the year. Now, as we know, there are multiple reasons why I've decided to do the winter outlook for the second year in a row. First reason, it has definitely got a lot of media attention. I was not expecting last year's 2017-2018 winter outlook video for the UK to receive up to almost 10,000 views, to be precise 9,500. So thank you so much for that amount of views. It's not the main, well, it's sort of one of the main reasons, but the other reason why I wanted to do this, it's also the other thing, is just to keep everyone informed of what the winter, you know, last winter we've had, although it wasn't consistently cold in terms of below average temperature days, when we had those cold snaps, it really felt frigid. If that's even a word. And also, yeah, it's just been I can't remember, there was definitely another reason why I did this. You know what, I had a big day. I've been working out in the gym over the last couple of hours, my mind's gone blank. But anyways, this is the reason why I want to keep you, everyone who's watching this video, who lives in the UK, or lives somewhere else, who's coming to the UK this winter, you definitely want to keep track on this outlook. It's not very certain, so please guys, do not take this information for granted. And if you're wondering, yes, looking through some decent websites and stuff, but this is what I may also be probably predicting as well. So please, no hate comments on this video or whatever if you're not particularly sure about it, but this is just an estimation. So, and as you know, the thumbnail picture of this video probably will change in a few weeks' time. So, but anyways, let's get cracking on, guys. Before I just begin with the main outlook of the predictions, I will tell you one reason why we had, well, when we did have those cold snaps, and, you know, parts of the Greenland and Iceland significantly warmer than average. Why was that? I'm no mad scientist, but what I do know was, you know, these jet stream levels, you know, when it flows through west to east, left to right, you know, that just brings in, you know, from the Atlantic air, you know, cold air in the north, warm, moist air in the south, this pretty typical winter pattern. What we had, I think in December and then the end of February and several times around in March, the jet stream kind of like buckled over. So basically it's like, let's say, what I'm trying to say, let's say you're on a roller coaster and basically, I can't remember what the jet stream pattern was like when it happened, or what I think probably happened was, it definitely wasn't a straight line. We had like some big jolts, or, you know, big differences with the jet stream. So let's say Greenland and Iceland, the jet stream moved all the way further north, and, you know, that obviously had a big impact on the melting the ice pattern, whatever. And, you know, temperatures were significantly above average, maybe not all winter, but certainly for several days in a row, even a week. That's why, so obviously not everywhere will be warm, because that's how the jet stream works, it controls the temperature. Greenland, Iceland, jet stream was well above that area, or near that area, which was producing some significantly warmer air. Like, you know, when it goes moving downwards, on the side of the jet stream, well, that's why we had an easterly pattern from the winds. We were on the cold side, and it came right from Scandinavia, Russia, directly from those countries. That's where we had the snow, and basically it was reversed wind patterns, if you would call it. So I'm trying to make this as simple as you understand. Jet stream was behaving weirdly over the last couple of times during the late winter, early spring months. Greenland, Iceland got hit by some unusually mild air from the weird shape from the jet stream, and then other side of the jet stream, the UK and probably most of Europe, or at least northern Europe, got hit pretty badly with extreme winter conditions, with raging blizzards, record snowfall for some, and sadly some chaotic consequences. So basically, it's near the end of the Arctic sea ice melt season, because it's even summer up there, even if it's not warm back here in a way. They had another big melt season this year in 2018. It was close to 2017, and you know, several other years since 2007. I'm trying to just... So, Siberian snow, as you know, has edged up over the past week, although we still have very minimal levels of snow cover across northeastern Siberia, as you would expect this early in the snow cover season. Okay, so generally we're ahead of most years back to 1997 for most snow cover. I'll give you a fact, that's the year I was born, but still a rather trivial amount. So solar activity, by the way, if you're a meteorologist expert, you may get what I'm saying. Those of you who are not, just try and understand anyway. Solar activity remains at very low levels. You know, the solar disk on our side of the disk is currently spotless and is forecast to remain so for the next 3 days. Right, that's not particularly what I was looking for. I'm rushing a bit because I just want to try and find decent information. So the forecast strength of the sonar flow, which was around 10 HPA, I think it's, I can't remember, don't ask why, but in the stratosphere from now through to the end of December from the GVS and CFS seasonal models. So we know are still being predicted to be generally weaker than average, and below trend particularly through November and December. So October can show some signs of the sonar flow strengthening as would be expected. So a weakened sonar wind at 10 HPA in November and December could be a sign of a colder start to winter. So hence that it could start off cold, maybe turning a bit milder. And then, so basically, sea surface temperature analyses across the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean have changed very little past week or whatever. In the equatorial Pacific Ocean, the NSO regions have warmed slightly over the past week, but they still seem to be short of a January El Nino signal. And I thought there was no El Nino across the other parts of the world. So seasonal model from the world's leading forecast centre predicting a weak to moderate El Nino, so probably by the end of the year, so which could potentially impact on our winter, particularly in Europe. So this is why there's a lot of uncertainty, because that could just completely change the predictions. But Northern Pacific remains generally warmer than normal, while the Atlantic Ocean shows little change. So cooler than average SSTs are beginning to reform across the tropical Pacific in response to the recent upsurge in tropical storm and hurricane activity. So basically much warmer than normal SSTs are powering through the northeast Atlantic, particularly close to Canada and North America, while SSTs to the south of Greenland remain cooler than average. So very unusual SST profile. Anyways, the reason why we could see a bit of a colder sign to, well, cold start to winter this year. So we know the Atlantic tropical storm and hurricane activity has just suddenly increased, as you know, over the past week with recent issues with Hurricane Flores hitting the Carolinas. Overall, the 2018 hurricane season remains still somewhat weaker than normal. Past week, there's been a similar pattern of storms and hurricanes from the tropical Atlantic, similar to which we saw around the same time, September 2010, September 2017. So the thing is, we're only in mid-September, and it's not particularly easy to find a very accurate website, so just bear with me. So, overall, they are predicting, now this is not a definite, but there is they could see a strong blocking signal for the winters that follow these very dry summers. And this summer we've had, maybe not the driest on record, but it's certainly been one of the hottest on records, which could have a bit of an impact to our upcoming future weather. So combining all years, December is favoured to have a strong blocking signal close to Greenland and Iceland, with a trot of below average heights to the south and east of the UK. So January can also have a strong blocking signal. The trout, however, is more centred, or predicted to be centred, maybe over the UK, so perhaps not quite such a clear cold signal for the January. And then February is favoured to have a strong Scandinavian high, so we could have cold easterly winds. March places the block close to Greenland and Iceland. So I think the predictions are December will probably be really cold. January temperatures may be, or weather conditions may be near the average with some occasional snow. Probably turning colder again in February, Can't guarantee if maybe completely snow, of course. It's just going to be dry, crisp, clear, cold air. And March probably a little bit colder than average, but not exception, not as cold as last March. So, unsurprisingly, the winters themselves have a strong blocking signal. And if we narrow the analogues down to the top 10 driest summers, we see an even stronger signal for at times quite extreme levels of northern blocking in the winters that follow them. So December, January, February and even March, because it's still the remnants of winter, and all winters combined all demonstrate a stronger blocking signal. So in the winters following the top 10 driest summers, that are top 22 dries, this is an extremely strong blocking signal and basically very surprising. So finally, we attempt to put the hottest summers together with driest summers and come up with 1976, 1983 and 1995. The winters that follows those three summers continue to demonstrate with a strong blocking signal, especially around in December and probably again in March, but all winter months could considerably have cold conditions for northern blocking. So that's all I have to deliver. Guys, I've tried to give you out as accurate information as I have. And if you want me to do an update on the winter outlook in the next few weeks, I am more than happy for you to do that, or for me to do that. So just comment below and I'll see what I can do for you. So this is so far the winter outlook. There is, because of the El Nino events going on and because, you know, it's that time of year, hurricane season, you know, it's always going to confuse the computer models. You're never going to be accurate or that certain until, the, you know, when winter comes closer. So all I can guarantee you is I'm not focusing on the autumn and stuff. December could be potentially very cold. There could be some snow around. January, what did it say? It said January will have, it's more centred over the UK basically. So with a northwesterly, not particularly easterly or whatever, we could see near average conditions, maybe some snow showers at its worst, but probably not as disruptive. And then February we've got, we've got a high pressure coming from Scandinavia or from northeast Europe, so which could potentially be a feature for next February. So we could see, well, it's probably more sunshine than normal, probably see dry weather than normal. Because of the easterly winds, that will sometimes bring off snow showers, so there could be plenty of, or not plenty, quite a few snow days in February. And again, it could be a colder than average February. And then March, probably March, placed at a block close to Greenland and Iceland, so it could be a bit colder than average, but it's very uncertain. So probably we could have more snow as well. Hopefully not as bad as last March, but that's all I can deliver for you guys. And you know, that's the best accurate predictions I can do for you. Like I said before, if you want me to do any more updates on the winter outlook, please feel free to comment down. I'll be more than happy to do it for you. Alright, that's all I have to deliver for you today. Hope you hear me clearly. And hopefully I will get the thumbnail picture sorted in a couple of months' time. Hopefully the information is pretty close to what I just said. And yeah, and also check out some of the websites as well and stuff if you don't trust me or anything. Trust me, I do my best to keep you informed about this. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Thanks for understanding. Thank you for watching it. And of course, UK Weekly Weather will be up Wednesday as always. And any other videos, also comment below. Okay, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to finish explaining. I'm going to get some sleep. Well, okay, a couple of hours yet, but I'm just knackered because I've been working all afternoon. Like, comment, subscribe. Storm's now out.